Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how are you doing? Right, it's Saturday, and Saturday's map is down below, clearly a fantasy map. Speaking of fantasy, today's quirky asset of the day is also fantasy, but gaming fantasy. It comes from not one, but two completely different gaming franchises, a bit like we did Fortnite not so long ago. These aren't Fortnite though, these are something different and highly rated and regarded games indeed. And being reviewed in Cities Skylines. Huh? Anyway, let's crack on with today's map, and today's map is exactly the reason why this show exists. It's a map that says one thing, but it's lying to you. It's lying to you. If you're looking at that map going, it's rubbish, well maybe it's actually really, really good. You know, that sort of thing. So yes, it's a map that you can't trust. And so that's why this show exists, to clear up problems before you subscribe to them. Okay, but before we do that, it's time for your daily reminder. Yes, clicking like really does help this channel to grow, and if you haven't already subscribed, now's a chance to do it as well. Thank you very much, guys. You are the best people in the whole wide world and in the whole of the 7 lands by Ace Soldier. Not the 7 lands, because that thumbnail's lying to you. Also, count the lands. I'll make that more than 7. There's your start square. It's a little bit dark. That's because I had the settings wrong for this screen only. The rest of the show will be fine. There's your resources, a splodge here and a splodge there. Okay, and then we'll nip across to the workshop, and look at the glorious thumbnails. Look at the glorious, beautiful, glorious, lovely thumbnails. Today we'll be using the realistic 1.213 Boreal theme, and of course the realistic 1.2 LUT, 2.1, 1.2 LUT, that's the one. If you have a little read down there, a few bits to read, and at the bottom in the comments, check your outside connections, says commenter, and Ace has replied, I will check them and fix them in Thursday of my time. Okay, well that's good news. That means the outside connections will be fixed. Didn't even know they were broken. Okay, now we've got one highway running across the whole of the map and one railway running across the whole of the map, connected at both ends. So this is the only route we're going to take, and they run level with each other. So unless there's something to look at with the rail, we're just going to, we can look at it outside of our eyes. Okay, it's there, it exists. The highways are very nice. There's a little bit of glitching here and there, like here, but it's not intolerable. It's not game breaking. There's no blue mantle. It's just on different levels, and there's a little bit of cliff texture. That's fine. That's fine. I don't get grumbly about absolutely everything. And there's your start square, right in the middle of the map, which is great. And how's the build plane looking? Can't see a place to build. There's nowhere to build. Oh no, there's everywhere to build. Right by the river as well, which is lovely. And then we can crack on and get to the bridges. Are they perfect bridges? Well, are they Eckers-like, as they say in parts of the UK that people can't understand what they're saying? We've got a perfect looking bridge there. It's not quite level, but that's okay. It's not so bad. But why is it elevated so much? I'm telling you right now, there is no shipping route underneath these bridges. There is no shipping route. The rail's even worse, because the rail needs to be tapered in a lot more than the road bridge. But other than that, the bridges look nice. They're just elevated when they don't need to be elevated. Darn you, Ace, darn you. Okay, so if we go back down to ground, I promise you this road doesn't get any more exciting than it does now. So we're going to play a little game. Okay, you and me. Are you ready? Get your finger out. Wave it around in the air. Wave it to the right. Wave it to the left. Wave it down to the mouse button. And if you haven't already, click subscribe. Do it now, because honestly there's nothing to talk about. There is nothing to do for the rest of the journey to the edge of the map. It is literally this exciting all the way. So exciting, I've got sirens going past my window that you probably can't hear, but have drowned me out in my head. And look what we found. Look what we found. We found a gantry. We found 2 gantries. And do you know what causes gantries? Do you know what causes them? Yes. Yes, you've guessed it. Connections. Darn it. Darn you, Ace Soldier. How dare you say you're going to fix them on Thursday of your time, and you not fix them on Thursday of your time. There you go. Going completely opposite. We're now going European. This is like the border between North America. No. But the Channel Tunnel, that's it. Not North America. Where am I talking? Where am I in the world? I don't know. Yes, we're now driving on the left-hand side of the road, which is nice. This is how it should be. Of course. The whole world should be driving on the left. Did we have to conquer the whole world and make you all our slaves again? Actually, that sounds completely wrong and was completely inappropriate. I take that back. I take that back. That slavery is not a good thing. Also, it's now been corrected. So we don't need to take back and reconquer the world. Takes less than a minute to fix that. Less than a minute, and click the update button. Time for something different. I take back absolutely everything I said there about slavery. It was a very poor taste joke, and it just slipped out of my mouth, and I'm not doing a retake. Let's just crack on and have a look at today's asset. It's the Aperture Laboratories by BonBonB, and it's well, it's a little nod, a little homage to Half-Life. Half-Life being one of the most highly rated games of all time. Highly rated. I can't speak now. I wish I couldn't have spoken when I slipped out that bloody thing about colonisation, dear. Oh yeah, Half-Life, and also one of my personal favourite games of all time, Portal / Portal 2. It's not just a great puzzle game, it's also one of the funniest things that you'll ever play. If you've never played Portal, please find the time. It's an amazing game. Aperture Laboratories by BonBonB, today's quirky asset of the day, and I absolutely adore it. As we head off over to Themington Island for one last look at the No Cliffs map theme by Ivania with Photo V1.13 LUT and a factoid or two, because factoids ought to. Egyptians so revered cats that the Persians once used them to win a battle. The Persians threw the cats over the walls of the Egyptian fort they were besieging, and the Egyptians surrendered rather than risk injury to the cats in battle. Have you ever tried to hurt a cat? It's impossible. Honestly, trying to catch a cat, they look at you and they know that you've got foul intent. Not that I've ever tried to hurt a cat, nor colonise the world. These things are things that I don't do, apart from in gaming, of course. Since Bolivia became an independent country in 1825, by the 1980s, because this is where this book was from, it had experienced more than 180 revolutions. Good stable government. That's what we need. Okay, let's have a look at the shipping back in the Seven Lands by Ace Soldier. We've got a shipping route that comes down here, meets up there, which of course is just a connection from where it was connected to. All the curves are nice. I go to the edge of the fog that way, and in fact if we come back this way, yeah, the curves are good on this map. The curves are very nice, and they link up everywhere, nothing cross country. That's a very good set of shipping routes. Yeah, quite happy with those, well done. Shame they don't go up the river, that would explain the bridges, wouldn't it? But there we are. Let's have a look at the water while we're here. Okay, the water, we've got rivers, and you've seen motion. You've seen motion in those rivers already, and there's a lot of water motion. The river that comes down here goes in both directions. It splits off. It's geologically not a sound thing. It wouldn't work that way, but that's what we've got. And it is a fantasy map, so we can let certain things go. When we look at these in a glorious Technicolor, I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like with this river formation. But yeah, it's all down here, mind you, not too much motion down here, but you're away from the start square. There is motion, but it's not so exciting, not so riveting. Right, okay, now that water source, I don't buy into it. It is a fantasy map. I don't like it. and I don't buy into it. That one, the amount of water coming out of that and going in two different directions. The water flow down there is a bit strong, and how it exits from the river at the bottom, it's just ugly. And then you've got these, what in the mystical geological witchcraft has caused these witches' fingers, huh? Honestly, I don't buy into them, but I love them. So there you go, two different aspects there. One I don't buy into and I hate, and one I don't buy into but I love. You see, I can be forgiving. This river, yeah, it bends around enough to make it look plausible, very nice. And then we got this island at the end here, like a BonBon island, but no, I'm not into big mountains. So your chance to vote now on this particular map. Do you think it's a 1-star map? Do you think it's a 5-star map? Do you think it's somewhere in between? And don't forget, your votes really do count, because there's a new show coming very, very soon where your votes are actually, well, it's the foundation of the show. So make sure you stick your little vote up in the top right hand corner right now. Okay, let's give this thing some scores. From my viewpoint, aesthetically, there are some aspects of this map that are 4 stars. The thumbnails are 4 or 5 stars. In fact, the thumbnails are, well, they're misleading, aren't they? This is what I'm saying about this What Map show. It's at best a 3-star map. Maybe a high 3 stars, but 3 stars is the best you get. Detailing on the whole is okay. It's alright. There are a few issues here and there. Any chance of getting 4 stars has gone with those roads coming back on each other. I mean, that's a simple detail. I mean, it's gameplay as well, that I guess. But yeah, across the whole, I can't give more than 3 stars. And gameplay potential, there's lots of build plane, everything's in place, but there are some issues. Extra highway connection with this amount of build plane would be great as well, plus an extra railway as well. 3 stars for gameplay. So for the 4th time this week, it's 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars. The 7 Lands by Ace Soldier. You'd think it'd be an average week, wouldn't you, with more than half the maps having exactly average scores. Okay then, right, anyway, that's it for this week. There are more maps next week, another week of maps. You can vote on this map that's on the screen now. It's an old map, but it might be a goodie. Here's your chance to stick your vote on that one. Okay, right, well that's it for today. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the chart show and Asset World, and have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.